Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to this message. I'm Erica. I am a psychic medium. I have all kinds of fuzz on my hat as well. That's all right, whatever, okay? I'm a psychic medium and a high priestess, so it's so nice to connect with you. If you are new here, if you're returning, welcome back, my loves. Okay, so the title should reflect this because I have a download for everyone. It's like a bunch of things all at once, okay? So this is for you, all right? Secrets revealed. And we'll get into all of this right now, okay? Secrets revealed, treasures uncovered. There's a lot of sacral chakra energy here in this message, or that's going to come through in this message in particular for man and woman here, okay? Sensuality, passion, and tenderness. And then new paths and opportunities. Okay? I know that, like, you know, you guys, because I see it too, you guys, trust me, like, you're probably seeing, or have been seeing, like, like just readings with these kinds of, titles, and I'm not saying this is clickbait. It's not. It's literally the download. But, you have to be, there's a lot of those messages out now. It's just like clickbait, right? Like, this will find you when it's about to happen, this will find, or whatever, or things like, and I'm saying this because, this is not clickbait. That's my point. Like, this is not just, thank you, Spirit. It's not just Erica blowing smoke, not that I would ever do that, but you guys know, and if you've been here with me, then you already know how I roll. I'm just like for the newcomers, or for those who have like just are finding the channel for the first time, or coming back just after a few times or whatever. In my last few videos, like, I can't stress enough how powerful this eclipse and equinox portal is right now. The energy, the solar flares, this is the energetic new year. This is the astrology new year, the zodiac calendar new year, right? Aries season, cardinal fire. It starts that off every year, right? And of course, right, like, just being an empath, or, like through your whole life, right? Like, you've always felt like I remember just being like, little, like 6, 7 years old. But I remember, like, when the energy of spring would hit, and like the weather would just like start to warm up a tinge, and the sun would shine, and then the flowers would bloom, and then the birds would sing. And where I grew up in San Jose, California, we moved out to the farmland and like out in the area where like I live now. When I was 14, I had just started my freshman year of high school. And so my parents moved me out of, my life and all. I was like, okay, so that's another story for another time. I've shared it before. But my point is that there's an extreme, like, you could feel it, right? Especially like those who I'm speaking to who, you're a starseed, you're an empath, you're an earth angel, an angelic, whatever, right? We have a very strong connection to nature and to the earth, right? So you've always felt that, but the reason why I'm saying all this is because right now is different. This year is different. Spring this year, it's hitting different. It's giving, since that's the new thing that everyone says, right? It's giving POV, and it's giving, right? It's giving your life is about to drastically change forever. It's giving, and this is like a theme right now as we, move into the spring equinox. I know for some of you guys, depending if where you're at in the hemispheres, it's fall equinox, but the energy is just the same, You don't know what's coming next, but you can feel it, right? For some of you guys, you've been having visions. You've been having visions and dreams about what comes next. So some of you guys do know, or you've seen it. You have, you know, you have an idea. So let's go ahead and see this first card here. Okay, so secrets revealed. The title should reflect this, so you guys probably already see it. Secrets revealed, treasures uncovered, sensuality, passion, tenderness, and new pathways, new paths. I am literally seeing like a treasure box, a treasure chest with the lid pops open, it like flies open all on its own. And it's like the sun has been captured inside of this treasure chest because it's filled with gold. It's filled with golden frequency, with golden blessings, with literal gold coins. Like that's like everything I'm seeing. It's like heaven was locked in a box, a treasure box. You know what I mean? That's actually a good title too. I don't know. Excuse me, guys. You have to bear with me because since the equinox and like the eclipse season hit, I've talked about this too. My clearing in my heart and my body is just like, it's insanity. It's insanity. I've never felt a shift like this in my life. I've never felt the energy move out of my body so profoundly and like all at once, even though it's still like happening. And I know a lot of you guys are feeling that too. So let me know in the comments, like, what is your own prediction for what's coming into your life? Like, be real, be honest, be real. Like, what do you feel? You know, and then claim it. Because no one, you know, you're manifesting for you. So maybe like co-creating with this message through your commenting down below, like, you know, this is what I feel coming towards me, or this is, you know, what I'm calling in, and I know it's going to happen, or, you know, this is what I want to happen, or whatever it is. Okay. So think of it this way, you guys, there's power and in numbers. So when you come, like me, I'm holding the space and I'm inviting you in to leave a comment of, you know, your manifestations. It's an amplification of energy because so many of you guys are going to be focusing the energy on that. And then that raises the vibration. Okay. And then I'm doing the same thing like with you guys, right? So I'm telling you, you know, I always say, like, with energy, be careful, you know, of course, like as you're tuning in with other readers. And unfortunately, there's a lot of false light out there. There's a lot of infiltration out there. And just like other dark things in this world, you know, they're disguised very well. You know what I mean? So when you go and you're tuning in with another channel or an Instagram page or someone you follow, you know, you really have to tap into your heart and say, like, what do I feel about this person? I'm all about spiritual independence and discernment. You guys know I preach all the time that, and I walk my walk, and I don't just talk the talk, I walk my walk, and I practice. I don't even want to call it preaching. It's just sharing. It's not preaching, it's sharing, you know, but I practice what I share. As within, so without. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I'm like just channeling at this point. What was I going to say really quick though? About spiritual discernment, because like, I don't care who they are. I don't care how many followers they have. I don't care their accolades. I don't care their experience. Like, I'm saying, people can be infiltrated and things can happen, right? So you have to use your discernment, right? I know that some of you guys out there, for sure, myself included, you've unfollowed certain people because you started to see the shift within their personality or their energy or the things that they're talking about, or it got very 3D, very matrix, or very dark, or very this or whatever, right? So, you know, I'm like a mama bear, you know what I mean? Like, the bear could be significant too, because the bear spirit animal for me, it's a protector. It's a protector, but it's also like a very big presence. It's a very big presence, and that's like your energy. You have very big energy, who I'm talking to. like you walk into the room and people feel you. People feel you before they even see you. You know what I mean? Your energy, your energy speaks for itself, and it speaks volumes. Okay. And yeah, and also what I'm getting is like your presence, your energy, it demands respect. You guys, I'm so excited because today, like just a few days after the equinox, right? Like today, out where I live, it's blue clear skies, and it's like 82 degrees today, or like that's the high. So anyways, I'm sharing that because I have my windows open, of course. Like, you know, I love like fresh air in the house and stuff, but I'm closing it just because it's kind of loud. For me, I can hear like, you know, cars driving by more than you guys can and stuff, but okay. So I'm just channeling along with, you know, with this message. Okay. So the card that came out, look at this beautiful nature, 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 nature. Nature is our medicine. You know why, you guys? Because our body, our physical body is earth. It's her. It's Sophia Gaia. Mother Earth. Pachamama. Pachamamita. The earth pulsing. Pulse of the mother. Slow down. Time in nature. I said, right, a few moments ago, whatever, I was talking about like with this, our sensitivity as empaths, and like how you've always been able to tune in, and like you were really, like, you could always really feel, like, even as a child, you felt the significance of the seasons when they changed. Winter to spring, spring moving more into summer when the heat would pick up, and then my favorite time of year is going into fall, summer going into fall. That was always a really big one for me personally as a child. And then also spring. Like spring is my second favorite time of the year. Like I love this Aries season, spring. You know, the equinox. I love it, love it, love it. That's why I used to really love Easter. Like, it wasn't like my favorite holiday, but when I was little, I loved Easter. Not necessarily because of like Easter eggs and all that. I love that too, but I loved it because I knew that we were going to get together as a family and that the weather would be beautiful like how it is today. Everything's green, the flowers are blooming and blossoming, the honeybees are out, hummingbirds are floating around, butterflies, you know, and then also like just being outside and like, you know, anyway, so everything I share is always for a reason. Because even though it just, I mean, I'm sharing and stuff, but I'm channeling, you know, so it's still specific. Easter eggs. Yeah, I'm getting like the cosmic egg. In fact, the cosmic egg. Okay, so that has there's a message here for you guys for that. So let's read this card again. So the earth pulsing. So it's time to connect to the pulse of Mother Earth. And you can literally, like, when you sit down, when you do earthing, when you do grounding, whether it's you standing on the ground or sitting on the ground or laying on the ground or whatever it is, you can literally, right? You can feel her. You can feel her energy. You can receive her wisdom. I can literally, like, when I tune in and I'm like, just infuse me with your healing and your electricity and like anything else that is gonna, you know, help me right now. Just pour into me. Pouring in, you know what I mean? She does, and I can feel it. I can physically feel it. I can energetically feel it. I can physically feel it. Because my heart's open to it, right? And you guys know I always use me as an example because that's what being a spiritual teacher, a guide, a friend, a mentor, whatever you want to call it. Just Erica, right? Erica on YouTube, Gypsy Cowgirl on YouTube. The healer heals self first, and then the healer takes their knowledges and wisdoms and experience and they can help others, right? So if you are feeling irritability, short-fused, overwhelmed, anxiety, stress, like I'm getting like a hard time breathing. So, you know, for some of you guys, you have a lot of pent-up energy. Like in your ribs, in your belly, in your womb, in your chest, in your heart space, in your shoulders. It's tight. It's tight. You need to breathe. You need to slow down and breathe and connect with nature. First of all, when you connect with her and you ground like that outdoors, the sun is constantly a cleanser. So it's infusing us with light codes and activations, right? But it is also a cleanse. Okay, so when we sit under the sun, we are being cleansed. It's cleansing. I love sitting under the sun. It's charging and cleansing all at once. So it's charging my crown and cleansing my crown. I love letting it hit my third eye and my heart. You know what I mean? So there's something like so significant about that, okay? This right here is like the way of Atlantis. You know, like so many are awakening to their, you know, Atlantean memories, their, you know, the Lemuria, Atlantis, right? But that's like what I mean, like walking the walk and versus just talking the talk. You know what I mean? People are like, I'm Atlantean and I'm this and I'm that, you know, but they do nothing or almost nothing to activate it more, to connect with it more, to live it, which is what we came here to do. You know, this is the, you know, new earth. It's like new Atlantis, right? Because there's so many of us who were there. And so we're just here re-anchoring that in. So it's like we're rebuilding from the ground up, basically, kind of. You know what I mean? Okay. Slow down, spend time in nature, and connect with the pulse, the heartbeat. Literally, you can feel Mother Earth's heartbeat when you tune in, and you'll feel it, you'll hear it, you'll feel it. See, look, the earth pulsing, and then we have inner earth. Some of you guys, you've had past lives in Middle Earth. Yes, Middle Earth, like on Lord of the Rings, like how Lord of the Rings takes place. It's Middle Earth, but they have a sky and, you know, like they have all the things, right? Some of you guys are connected to that. You may be very connected to the movie Lord of the Rings. I mean, Lord of the Rings is significant because it literally is real. Like, and, I mean, not like the stories, but because, well, J.R. Tolkien, whatever, he's a starseed. And I don't care what anyone says, Lord of the Rings is channeled. It's channeled. That was a channeling. The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, like all his stuff is channeling. You know what I mean? But I don't think he maybe knew it as that, but I think he did at the same time. You know what I mean? Anyways, inner earth. I'm getting like earth is your body, like your physical body, like going within, but also, I don't know, what does it say? You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. What was my message here, or the download? Secrets revealed, treasures uncovered, sensuality, passion, tenderness, but the very end is new paths. New paths, new solutions, and new beginnings. Okay, but you got to loosen your grip. You know, you got to loosen your grip. Coping mechanisms, density, that's that heaviness, like how I was like, I feel like I can't breathe. It's energetic. Like pain in the body. You may have like pain in your body and stuff, you know, and it's like, oh, it hurts to do this, so I don't want to do it. Or, oh, you know, if I stretch, it's gonna, you know, it's uncomfortable because of this, whatever. But obviously I'm not a medical professional and this is a collective reading for entertainment, right? But what I'm saying is like a lot of the pain that you're feeling or that people feel, it's not actual, it's energetic. And if they just move their body or stretch or do any little subtle things to help get energy moving in their body, because maybe they sit all day at work, or they, you know, are sitting a lot of the time, or maybe they just, you know, don't get a lot of like physical activity, or, you know what I mean? I don't know, but that's coming through. density, addiction, and letting God in. That's what I said about inner earth, was like going within you, your body, but letting God in. Because what I'm getting is that I'm talking to a lot of survivors. I'm talking to warriors, but I'm talking to, like I'm talking to those of you guys that you've been in survival mode for so long. That, I mean, you're hardwired. It's deeply within your psyche. So it's been really difficult for you to consciously like put in the effort of rewiring that. Of I'm no longer, you know, I'm safe. I don't need to be in survival mode anymore. Like all the you know, the dense walls that I put up, you know, the grip that I have on everything, it's a control, and control is fear. It stems from fear. So, you know, and it's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault. Okay, because that fear is because of trauma or experiences or things that have happened that have made you fearful, or past life stuff. Some of you guys, and this might be just for one person out there, but some of you guys are, you've had some type of an addiction, coping mechanisms, and addiction. Let God in and loosen your grip. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. So what I'm specifically getting, and maybe this is something that you went through in the past, recent past, or, you know, it could be like something, I could be picking up on some kind of karmic bondage that you have experienced or broken, or but maybe there's still trauma from it, PTSD, things like that. Anyways, what I'm getting is maybe a few of you guys, or at least someone out there, right, is going through some kind of withdrawal, or like an inner battle. I'm getting like Five of Wands, like an inner battle. You guys, like I used to drink a lot, like back, like when I was with my ex, my very toxic, like he was the last big lesson for me. Like we were miserable, and like we literally drank all the time together. Like it was just like a part of our, you know, and we weren't like, you know, I never thought of myself as like an alcoholic, you know, because I don't know all the things, right? But we were drinking a lot. Like we were drinking daily, right? And it's not like we would get like drunk every day, but we drank every day, you know, and I can't even believe that. Like I look back now and I don't judge, like if I'm talking to someone who's moving through that, or because it says coping mechanisms, and that's literally what it was. Because for me, I can't speak to him because he was the narcissist. It was a narcissist empath paradigm. So he latched on to me and, you know, like just completely obliterated me in every single way. My power, like my confidence, my, you know, like self-love, like everything, right? I was miserable, but because I was so broken, because I met him like 2 months before my brother died. And so it just became that, you know, codependency and things, right? But it was very toxic. So anyways, I'm very transparent with a lot of things because, you know, how else can you help other people? How else? Like, this is how I help, is by saying, like, I've been through it too. I know exactly how you feel. We are survivors. I've dealt with the coping mechanisms and the substance abuse before as well. You know what I mean? So it's all good. We are human. And if you're an empath, starseed, you know, earth angel human, like, you're beyond sensitive, which is a gift and a superpower. But at the same time, before you know how to connect and navigate these gifts and these superpowers, it feels like a curse. And even when after our awakening and stuff, right, there's so many moments where it still does at times, right? But we know it's not. So there's something about like your old story, your old narrative, because Spirit is like, basically like you've been doing inner work, and like you've been learning the lessons, and you've been doing inner work connected to the subconscious trauma and also conscious trauma that stems from addiction in the first place. And it may not even be substances. For some of you guys, it could be food, sweets, or just food, or exercise. Like some people who, you know, they will over exercise, and they think it's healthy, but it's not. It's not. They're doing it as a coping mechanism and as a distraction because of their trauma and their pain and whatever else, right? Drinking, drugs, you know, weed. I smoke weed, you know what I mean? Like it's not like a, you know, like I can totally be fine without it, like, you know, certain days, or, you know, I'll go like 3, 4, 5 days or whatever with nothing, and then, you know, then I'm like, oh, I really need to smoke, or I really want an edible, or whatever, you know. Alcohol at this point for me, like, is like a non-negotiable. Like I don't even go there. And yeah, but you know, my brother, I guess this is a bigger part of the message than I thought, but anyways, I also feel a reflection. So what I was gonna say is my brother, my youngest brother, who he transitioned in a car accident 9 years ago. He was just on his way home from work. He was literally almost to my parents' house, just a mile away from my parents' house. But he, for like several years prior, he was only 23 when he transitioned, but for several years prior, he had been struggling because my brother is, he's an angel that sits on a council with Archangel Mike, within the Archangel Michael order. Very connected to the Blue Ray, very connected with Archangel Michael, but like he's a very, I don't even know how to say it, but he's large and in charge up there. We'll say that, okay? Like, you know, but he was extremely sensitive, and, you know, and he was a Cancer. But like I said, as children, as teenagers, right? Like no one's teaching us this stuff. We have no idea. All we're doing is absorbing everything at home with our parents and our families, absorbing everything from everyone all the time. Kids at school, our friends, teachers, you know, stuff going on in the world, like, and it affects us, right? And then later on in life or like, you know, whatever, is like when it starts to bubble up, or when we start to exhibit, you know, or to numb, you know what I mean? So my brother struggled with addiction. He struggled with drugs, and, you know, he was actually sober. He had been doing work and, you know, doing the things he needed to do. So it was just, you know, one of those things, but that was his contract, you know, that was his contract. You know, some of you guys have lost someone suddenly. Some of you, yeah, I'm hearing like tragic. It was maybe a car accident. I'm also getting cancer, specifically breast cancer. Something about the brain. I'm getting a tumor. Someone had a tumor or died of a tumor. I'm getting like there was pressure in the brain. Okay, so you'll know if these are for you, and it's not just going to be for 1 or 2 people. Like that's going to be for a group of people, you know, a good number of you guys. I'm being shown like, and again, this is like, you know, but I'm getting like a jewelry box, a pretty jewelry box. And then I'm seeing a white dove. So white doves, I don't know if that's significant. Maybe there was white doves at the funeral, or maybe it's just a synchronicity because they are like the messengers of heaven, right? Like, okay. Anyways, so we're already 29 minutes. Okay. So I'm going to skip ahead. So loosen your grip. Okay. We talked about the codependency, addiction. Like I said, that could be sex. That could be porn, food, exercise, shopping. Oh my God, I forgot about shopping, like Amazon or Target, or, you know, like racking up the credit cards. Like a lot of people do that. A lot of people, especially with like really profound abandonment wounds and deep inner child wounds around love and not feeling love. That's where a lot of it stems from, you know, because, but it's a quick fix, just like anything else, substances or whatever. I'm also getting, this is very specific, but I'm also getting for some of the divine feminines out there connecting, you know, you've connected to like your divine masculine twin soul, or you've connected to, you know, a divine masculine soulmate, you know, past life soulmate counterpart. I feel like this person was maybe struggling for, this is again very specific, but I feel like for some, this person was struggling with addiction, and it's like such a huge part of their life. They pushed you away. That was a part of why they pushed you away. Again, addiction could even be like, it could be like a third party thing, like where, again, like where it's like, I'm addicted to video games, you know, and I'm embarrassed because you're an incredible woman, and, you know, I have shame because I'm kind of like a man child, you know, even though maybe I work or I do this, you know, it's someone who there's shame around something. They carried shame around something that was hidden in their life that you did not know about. Okay, so I have so many, you guys look, I'm just gonna show you my downloads. This is just from this morning. I literally, like, I have to get a new channeling journal too, because this one only has like a few more pages left, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I got 6 this morning. Actually 7. Actually 8. 8. Okay. So these are supposed to be like recordings, messages. Okay. So, oh wait, why did I close that? So anyway, so I'm gonna do those, but I'm just gonna do them shorter. Like I'm gonna do like 15-minute messages. So I'm gonna record like a couple after this. And then probably start recording the zodiacs, you know, for the first like week going into like April, like the first like 2 weeks of April. I'll probably start recording those tomorrow or Thursday, or what's today? Monday? I've been so backwards because of the Mercury retrograde and just like all the energy, like my brain has been, my words have been so mixed up too. So anyways, okay, so let's go ahead and see. This is the Queen of the Moon Oracle. This is one of the first Oracle decks I ever bought. This one, I think this was the first one. That one, and then, I don't know, but okay, we got a good shuffle. But anyways, I love it. I love it, and I felt called to pull it out today. So here we go. What do we have for the collective? Tell me more of these secrets revealed, the treasures uncovered. Now, the treasures uncovered, it's not just like material stuff and, you know, the material realm stuff. It's also like past life knowledge, okay? Treasures being uncovered, treasures being revealed. Like, I also feel like your ancestors, specifically your ancestors, they're working, okay, so your ancestors are working like overtime right now. Guiding and leading you and showing you things to help open up to uncover your treasure within, because it's buried, you know, like a buried treasure, X marks the spot. The treasure is buried within you, mi amor. It's already in you. It's buried within you. And so they're doing everything they can to try to trigger that memory, that knowledge, that wisdom, the intuition, you know, that's connected to maybe certain gifts. And then sensuality, passion, and tenderness. That is, it's sacral chakra, but it's Venus. for sure. I'm getting like Aphrodite and Persephone. Aphrodite. Because Aphrodite is like Empress. She's like the, you know, but it just, I don't know. Depending on like the different like mythologies or cultures or whatever, you know what I mean? So, but you can have a connection with them. But Aphrodite is a goddess of beauty, of extreme beauty, sensuality, you know, very powerful light and like sex appeal. Like it's just her entire embodiment. You know what I mean? She's this irresistible Empress Venusian goddess. You know what I mean? Abundance, but she is that sensuality, that passion, that tenderness. But it's with self. You know what I mean? Like reconnecting to your sensual side, your sensuality. You know what I mean? Like doing things that feel good. Like sensuality doesn't, like when people hear that, they immediately go to like sexual energy. If it's sensual, then it's sexual. And that's not it. Sensuality, it comes from senses, our senses. So when you are really tuning in with your Empress energy, because the Empress is the epitome of this. She is the sensuality and the passionate and the love and the tenderness and the nurturing and the Venus energy, right? The Empress is very in tune with her body. She's very in tune with her body. She completely is connected with her body, meaning like she feels in her body. She's connected with her emotional body. You know, she loves on her body. You know, the Empress takes time to, you know, do things that make her feel good, that enhance and make her feel more beautiful, more of a goddess. It's like all that, right? Like, for instance, like this morning, you know, like this morning earlier, like when I took my shower and like, you know, I had to get ready for the day and stuff, you know, like regular shower stuff, you know, wash my hair and shave and like do all that, right? But I spent extra time in the shower. I exfoliated my body really good. I took my rose oil and like rubbed it all in my skin, and like after I exfoliated, so it would like, you know, emulsify and like go into my skin, nourishing my skin. And my skin is like it's glowing and like feels amazing and like, you know, and then I was like loving on my body, like, I love you, body, like, you're so beautiful, thank you, I feel so blessed in this body, like all the things, right? You know, and then I did like my, you know, I did like I sat, because I have like a seat, like the way my showers, I have like a seat in the shower. So I sat down and then I like gave a lot of love to my feet, my patitas. I gave a lot of love to my feet, like I was like massaging them, and then I have you know, like a hand like exfoliator glove thing. So I exfoliated, and then I took like my pumice thing and I was doing like the pumice. So my feet are also glowing and soft, and painted my toenails, so my paint is fresh. Like, you know, I feel goddess-like right now when I do things like that, right? And then, you know, getting out of the shower and then spending extra time like loving on my belly and my womb and, you know, my solar and my sacral and like this area, because I've been doing a lot of work there personally. I'm taking my castor oil, my rose oil, you know, rubbing and loving on it, and, you know, sending light in, and like, right, these are acts of self-love, self-care. And you don't got to do what I'm doing. I'm sharing as an example, because people, like, I don't know if it's like, I don't know. It's just, that's why I share, is because I think sometimes people, you know, when they're safe, because your sacral chakra is your creative center. It's a water chakra. It's divine feminine. Your sacral is also where you hold mother wounds. Okay. So if you've had you know, difficult relationship with your mother. Exactly. I was literally just going to say, if you've had resistance in your relationship with your mom, you need to tune in to your sacral and your heart and probably other things, but it's connected to your mother wounds. And then look what's on the bottom of the deck. Resistance. The crescent moon. I keep getting shown, and maybe this will resonate with some of you guys, that's why I'm sharing, but like the, because I've had past lives in Avalon as an Avalonian priestess. And the Avalon priestesses, we all had a like crescent, like a little like sliver crescent moon tattoo on our third eye. Like, I mean, it was like, you know, more magical than that and all the things, but I don't know. I keep seeing it, and I'm actually getting, I'm going to be probably in the next like month and a half or so, I'm going to finally be getting my tattoo right here. And it's going to be, I don't know exactly. I have to have my tattoo artist, but it's going to, I mean, smaller, it's going to be smaller than this. It's not going to be that big, but I'm going to do an Ankh, you know, right here. And because I'm an Ankh, you know, I'm an Isis, Rose, and Avalonian priestess, but it's all very connected, you know. So I want to do the Ankh and the roses, right? So I feel like I'm saying that because I feel like some of you guys are ready for some ink, or maybe you just got a new tattoo. Let me know in the comments down below. Or if you're like thinking like, yeah, I want to get some ink. It has to do with the spring energy. And even look at this card. Like, that's not winter and cold, or it, to me, this is very spring. It's very like right now, like you're busting through the soil because of all your resilience. Okay, you've got the grip on the resistance, meaning like you're now in control. So if there's resistance in your life, you now know it's because of something maybe you're doing, right? Like I'm in control. I'm in control of, and I have the power. You know, if there's someone around me who's creating resistance, they gone. They gone. They can go kick rocks, you know, like with love, but we do not have time for that, nor are we here for that. Okay. But I get that, like the resistance, like butting heads. Like, I just feel like people try to challenge you. I get that all the time because of who I am and my gifts and what I do for, you know, a living and stuff like that. Like, people always are in this, like, not all, I mean, not like everyone, obviously, like, but like when I do experience this, it's like, oh my God. But people who are very combative, or like, they'll try to, it's like a one-sided competition. They try to compete with my gifts, because, you know, almost like because they're insecure with their own. So they feel like they have to try to like be on that level with me. Like, it's just, it's crazy, you know, so that they can like have some kind of validation for themselves that their gifts are real. Or it's just funny, you know, or people that like in the, you know, they've booked readings with me before, or I do a reading for them, and then they try to tell me like, oh no, this is what this means, and this is what that means. And I'm like, no, I just told you what this means. I just told you, you know, like, so, but that's what I, you know, and I'm used to it. I'm used to getting that with girls, with women, my whole life. Women, they're always in a one-sided competition. They always create that resistance from their end. It's not coming from me. It comes from them, right? And I know you guys know, especially like the women out there, like, you know, if you, you know, like, women are crazy, you know? It's literally like, can't nobody hold me down. Oh no, nothing can hold you down. Nothing can hold you down. You're hungry for life. Okay, this is like very primal, very animalistic. The wolf could be a spirit animal as well, of course, right? I feel like a lot of you guys are very connected to the wolf. You're really like connecting also. You're connecting more with the spirit animal guides. You're seeing how powerful they are. I'm getting the dragon and the bear again, and the cougar and the jaguar and the lion. Okay, enough is enough. Spirit animal guides though, because, you know, a lot of us, right, like a lot of humans, right, we go through our awakening and we're just like, oh, I want to connect with Jesus. I want to, with Yeshua, I want to connect with Archangel Michael and, you know, the ancestors or whatever, you know, but like, it's almost like the, you know, we love this, everyone loves the spirit animals when the spirit animals show up or give you a synchronicity or a sign. But actually working with them, using them as a power animal, a spiritual totem, a guide, a mentor, because that's literally like what they do as well, right? So that's what I'm getting. So some of you guys, you're tapping into your inner wolf, your wolf spirit guide, or you're working with the wolf spirit. Like you're taking notes, you're taking lessons, like with the wolf. And the wolf is phenomenal because the wolf is a leader. It's highly instinctual. The wolf can be in a wolf pack, but also the wolf can be the lone wolf and be solo. You know what I mean? And there's just a lot more to it. But maybe look up the spirit, you know, the spiritual message of the wolf, because there's, you know, I'm also seeing like a totem pole. So that's like, again, like, see, I'm just channeling, so I'm getting a lot. So your Native American roots are, yeah, I'm getting, okay, so you're drumming. Okay, so drums, drumming, rattles. There's something about that, you guys, for who this is for. You're like, help me, like, what I'm getting is prayers to spirit with healing, like helping you, like, help me heal the anxiety within, like, help me sleep through the night, help me, you know, calm my nervous system, help me calm my body, help me feel more relaxed, spirit. Like, what do I do? You know, nothing's working, or I'm trying this and it's helped a little, but what do I do? So Spirit is saying, even if you don't connect with Native American past lives, but a lot of you do, and that's why it's so soothing to hear the Native American flutes and the drumming and the rattles. Listening to this while you sleep, and also listening to this, just listening to it in general, having it play like in the background on your TV while you're doing housework or cooking, or buying your own drums, your own rattles, you know, like the rattle and like, it's phenomenal for clearing dark energies, attachments, you know, dense energy. Like the rattle is, I mean, any kind of sound, but that's like phenomenal. But also just being more like tapping into, again, it has to do with like the sensuality, the passion, and the tenderness. Someone's hungry for you too. That's what I get. It's like a love where you hunger for each other. You know what I mean? But it's not like codependent in that way. Like you, because your energy is so like untamed and like, you know, free, and like, you know, you're different, and like you're not in the same square cookie cutter ticky-tacky box and homes that everyone else lives in. So like people, like, it's this intrigue, but it's like someone or people, I don't know, maybe a few people, they're like hungry for you in the way of like, I want more. I want to hear more. I want to learn more. I want to see more. Acceptance is on the bottom of the deck. Acceptance, release, and then change. Yeah, exactly. This is where you're at. Okay, so it's like you are, this could be a soul connection too. So it could be literally like a soulmate who's going through some kind of shift or level or epiphany of acceptance of their reality, acceptance of this love, what they feel, accepting what they feel, especially. And then change, massive change, Thunderdome, man. The thunder and the lightning is thundering and lightning and I don't know. Take my hand. Look at, did I say white doves? Look at all the white doves. Release. Release me, you got a hold on me. It's an old, that's like an old song. If you know, you know, but you got a hold on someone. All I know is the thunder moon, This is a storm. You've been navigating the storm. Look at this, you guys. You had to get to the level of surrender and acceptance of all the things that you had to release within yourself and outside of yourself to create this massive change. This is like the tower. This is the tower. Look at all the thunderbolt. I mean, the lightning bolts. It's electric. You're electric. This also shows your power. It's hard for human brains to conceptualize not capacity, but the energy that we hold and that we are. When a woman orgasms, it creates so much power and energy that it could literally power the entire earth. Yep. It's harnessing our sexual energy. That is what true priestesses, high priest, but the priestesses, that's what the priestesses, not all, I mean, there was so much work that we did, right? It was very intricate, very deep, very, there was a lot, but harnessing our sexual energy, which is why through patriarchal rule and like everything that they've done is to cut people off from that. Meaning people just have sex. They don't really know the level. They don't really know what the sexual union is all about, first of all, and they don't understand what they're even actually doing on a quantum energetic level when they do that. It's just for pleasure. It's just because we love each other, or it's just because and pornography. I mean, that was a big one. Like it's created to cut people off. And then of course, like pornography, you go to porn sites and stuff like that. I mean, it's those places, you guys, are loaded with sexual demons, sexual parasites from very dark places, dark infiltrate. Like if you want to get infiltrated, go to a porn site, go watch some porn. Sexual demons. Because like I said earlier, like sex could be an addiction too, right? So it could be like literally like addicted to watching porn, or right? I'm telling you guys, right? But anyways, I know a lot of you guys know. So anyways, let's get off that. Anyways, you had to go through all this to finally arrive here and have this peace. Sensuality, passion, tenderness, and new paths. Secrets being revealed and treasures uncovered. Now it's a time of peace. You had to, you know what really is the one of the biggest initiations, for real, is being able to still go within yourself and find peace in the midst of fucking chaos. When you're in the middle of this, when you're in the middle of this and you can still center and go into a meditation and block it all out with an energetic light or your intention, because this is where so many of us have been, right? Like we've been in this. And I know for a lot of you guys out there, divine masculines have been too. Both feminine and masculine, right? But I mean, this isn't a love reading, but now that's what this equinox brings. That's what this portal brings. That's why I got this message of secrets revealed, treasures uncovered. Yeah, there's some profound realizations here. It's unlocking something. Notice it's like a keyhole. You're realizing your worth and your potential and your gifts and no more playing small. No more playing small. You're realizing like how beautiful of a soul you are, a person you are. Like what I'm also getting is like, because of the work you've been doing, like, you've questioned a lot if you're like doing the right thing, if you're on the right path, etc. That's normal. But you've been receiving validation from other people. Now, we don't want to live our life seeking validation. Like I need to have validation from other people to know if I'm doing a good job, or if they resonate with my messages or whatever it is, right? But when you do receive it, it feels incredible because it shows you're in alignment. It shows that you're doing what you're meant to be doing, right? So that's what I'm getting. Okay, so maybe you have a YouTube channel or another platform, or you do this kind of work or something else, or it could be anything literally, right? But my point is that like you've been getting like other people are noticing, and other people are telling you like you're inspiring, or this or that, or whatever it is. Okay? And that brings you validation, or, you know, confirmation. It brings you confirmation that, you know, you're right on cue. You're right on cue. We're 55 minutes. Oh my God. My next few minutes, because I have like more recording I got to do today for more messages for you guys, but I don't know if I'm going to post them all today though, because I think I'm going to do like 15-20 minute messages. I'm going to try to keep them like pretty, but I'm not going to upload them like all today because I don't want to overwhelm everyone with too many messages all at once. Okay, so anyways, so let's go ahead. I just want to be nosy really quick. Where do I want to go? I want to get a card from the Atlanteans, like, because these two cards here were giving me like very like Atlantis energy here. You know what I mean? I was like, take me back. Just kidding. Also like Hawaii, like Thailand, Bali, but that's hello, like Atlantean, Lemurian energy too, right? So, all right, can we get a message from the Atlanteans? And then I'm gonna pull just like a few tarot cards because I want to ask about like this love energy that was coming through. The sensuality and the passion, it's about you tapping into your senses and being more sensual. Like eating, like tuning in with your senses. This is Empress energy. Like, you know, tuning in with your food, like instead of just like eating or just scarfing food down or just like not, you know, like taking a moment and praying over the food or blessing the food, and then, you know, really like tuning into the taste buds and the tastes and the aromas, and oh my gosh, this just tastes incredible. My mouth is so happy. You know, oh, these flowers, they smell so good, and I just love looking at them. It makes me so happy to look at these beautiful flowers. Like, you know, this feels so good on my skin. This feels so good, you know, whatever it is. But those are your senses, right? So it's about like connecting more to your senses. That's sensuality. And then when we are more in tune with our senses, it immediately makes our sensuality like magnified, because we're in tune with that sensual energy in those senses. And most people aren't. Most people are like, oh yeah, this tastes good, this tastes good, you know? But when you really like, right, or you feel something, or you see how beautiful it is, it brings a tear to your eye, like that sensuality. And then the passion. So we have contentment. Contentment came out. No, she's playing a flute. Again, something about the flute or music. There's also something specific about water today. The sacral chakra is a water energy. Divine feminine chakra. Okay. Something about the flow. There could be something about, like, if you're a woman, your menstrual cycle too. Our menstrual cycle is when our power is like the most powerful too. You know, it is. Our menstrual cycle is straight freaking badass power. Okay. So contentment, again, she's out, or, you know, it's outdoors, nature. You can hear the waterfall or the river or the water running or being near water. In Golden Atlantis, everyone was honored. They were happy to be themselves, so they all enjoyed a sense of deep peace and well-being. Every individual was encouraged to develop his or her gifts and talents. This ties into what I was saying earlier about like resistance, or people being in like one-sided competition and battle, trying to, you know what I mean? Like, because someone knows that you're highly gifted spiritually, or because someone knows that you're extremely intelligent, very smart and wise, and they know this about you, their insecurity, their inner wounds, their lack of belief in self, it will be projected on you in those ways where they will try to challenge you, or they're always trying to prove you wrong, or they're smarter than you, or, you know, whatever it is. It's an ego battle, and it's exhausting, right? I learned a long time ago to let those ego battles be battled on their own. Just how they start, let them finish it on their own. One-sided with me giving zero. You know what I mean? So this is what I'm getting. Anyways, that's what I got, again, connected. So, because I said, I was like, everyone was like good. Like we all were like, everyone was cool with their gifts. We all have different gifts. We all have different like, things that we did in Atlantis, but everyone serves a purpose. Every single person serves a purpose. Is important. And that's what I mean. In Golden Atlantis, there was no duality like that. Everyone was in peace. Everyone was good. Like, it wasn't like jealous and insecure. And that's when those things started arising because of greed, that's when Atlantis fell. It couldn't handle it. That low vibration, because it was such a high vibrational place, right? So anyways, every individual was encouraged to develop his or her gifts and talents and use them to do what they loved most. That's your passion. What do you love to do? What do you love most? What brings you the most passion? And please don't tell me, my DM, my divine masculine. If you are thinking that, click off now and immediately go do some inner work. It's about you, mi amor. This produced a feeling of true contentment because their offerings to the community were selfless. They also experienced the satisfaction of working for a vision beyond themselves. This card suggests that it is time to experience a well-deserved feeling of satisfaction. There you go. You guys, remember the peace? The peace, the calm after the storm. But the download was secrets being revealed to you. This is gifts. This is, people, opportunities, these new paths. And treasures are being uncovered and revealed to you right now. But it could also literally be like you uncovering some gifts or treasures or, you know what I mean? So right now, you're in a time that you're going to be experiencing well-deserved like satisfaction in life. Accept yourself as you are and acknowledge all your good qualities and your gifts. Then breathe in quiet contentment. This will enhance your feelings of well-being and attract more harmonious situations to you. Exactly. So be content as you are. Find peace. Find peace. The Ascended Masters and like you think of like Mary Magdalene and Yeshua and just these high level like initiates and Ascended Masters now because they've ascended Earth School, right? And I'm going to say we because many of us, we were there, we've had past lives like where we've done this too, but we were such high level initiates. Like we would be outside in nature or in a temple or whatever. We could literally go in and we would fast and we would be in a meditation for days at a time in deep meditation going within, because when we go within, I mean, we're going into the cosmos. It's like having like a complete like almost like a psychedelic experience, a quantum ethereal experience, and feeling that like those true waves of like absolute bliss and being blissed out and love and like the God love flowing through you. Like that is the stuff, right? So anyways, but that is like what us priestesses and high priests, like that's the kind of stuff we did. It was extreme spiritual discernment, extreme. Well, it's only extreme because it's extreme to us nowadays. Back then it wasn't, I mean, I guess it kind of was like, it was like, we knew it was like a very like big, like initiation. And like, when we got to that point of like inner peace through meditation and astral travel and things like that, that we knew like it was pretty big. Right. But think of that, my guys, my loves, think of that, nowadays humans are like, I'm too busy and I only have this much time and I have kids and I have a job and I work 7 days a week and right? Like humans love their excuses. And that's why also so many humans live in misery because they're not taking the time to connect, to truly connect with who they truly are, which is a soul and a cosmic being, not a physical being, even though that's us too. Everyone's caught up in the physical. Or they start awakening and then they get way too caught up in the ethereal and everything's light and love, and then they start spiritual bypassing, and then they start getting very disconnected from their physical body. That's why today there was so much about, and I even talked about like my shower and me, right? Because it's so important. That's also a form. It's not just self-love, it's grounding. You're grounding your energy in those moments too, whether you realize it or not. You're infusing yourself with something that brings sensuality. It's passion. You're doing something that makes you feel good. You're passionate about it. Whatever it is, you know what I mean? You guys know. So anyways, and speaking of, let's see, what do I want to end with? Oh, I said I was going to end with some tarot. I think I'm going to do Gilded Tarot. So I'm going to give it a good shuffle and then we'll go. I love you guys. If you guys want to book with me one-on-one, you can find all of my different reading options and spiritual services in the description box below. Because I'm not just like, I'm not a tarot reader. I'm a psychic, a medium. I'm an Akashic record guide and reader. So past life, Akashic record readings, psychic medium, general readings. I offer a 20-minute Ven sesh. I do one-on-one intuitive, energetic, quantum healing sessions with clients where I tune into like your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, your energy bodies. Okay. And see what's going on and what you need and you know, what we can do or clear or patch up or, you know, remove or whatever it is, right? Okay. So it's very beautiful, profound work. So everything's in the description box below. Speaking of the High Priestess though, and the Priestesses, okay, and like meditation and just doing all things, right? The Priestess path. I am officially starting my second YouTube channel on April 4th, 4/4. And that one is going to be all about the Priestess path, being a high priestess, you know, awakening into your priestess path, your priestesshood, your priestess way. Also for high priests, the divine masculines. It's for both masculine and feminine, men and women. But definitely a lot of that, a lot of light language, a lot of readings and channeling in regards to past lives, priestess energies, goddess channelings, like all of things. Oh, that's another service that I offer too, is a goddess channeling with where I bring through and channel Isis and Mary Magdalene. But I also can connect very easily. I mean, all of us have the ability to do this. But I can very easily connect to, let's say you're like, oh, I really connect with like, you know, Kuan Yin or Mother Mary or Yeshua or, you know, Archangel Michael, then I'll connect with them. And then of course, any other spirit guides that come through. So that's a really cool session too. But I pinned in the comments below, my loves. I don't want to go into like a really long thing here. But we just officially announced a couple weeks ago, I am co-hosting a spiritual Magdalene Codes retreat in southern France this September for 9 days. We're going it's a 9-year. We're going in the 9th month and we're going for 9 days, 999. And 9 is a really powerful number for the High Priestess. So anyways, if you guys are like, it kind of like perked up your intuition a little bit, or you're like, oh wow, like that sounds, and you want to hear more about this, okay, payment plans are available. There is a big discount, like if you can pay like half up front and, you know, then make payments for the rest or whatever it is. But we're going to southern France and we're going to, it's a 5-star hotel. The beloved divine couple that I am co-hosting with, Stellar and John. Stellar is a Magdalene Isis high priestess, but she, you know, and John is her beloved. He's a walk-in soul. He came here to be Stellar's divine counterpart and to hold that space with her and do work with her in the quantum field and here on earth. And their work is next level. Like, they've been doing these Magdalene retreats all over the world for 10 years. Stellar's been doing this sacred work for over 25 years, and her mother was a very powerful, beautiful oracle, but she actually mentored with a very, you know, with a high priestess, I forget her name, something Isis, but she was like an Isis Magdalene priestess as well. Stellar's teachings and codexes and the things that they do and the work that they do and the things that they teach and the things that they know, it is just beyond. Like, when I'm talking about like harnessing sexual energy and like the sacred sexual chambers within the man and the woman and the things that activate our golden rose and like all these crazy things that most people don't even know about. Because their teaching and what they share and like their initiations, their like the work that they do, there's no one else doing this on earth. And we say that with like complete humility. And it's not to say that it won't be coming through, but as of now, these teachings are very much just in alignment right now with Stellar and John. So they do a white flame temple training, which is they teach you, okay, and everyone on the retreat, it's an initiation and a vacation at a beautiful resort. I mean, a beautiful 5-star hotel. We have a personal chef, catering, vegan, vegetarian, and meat options. We will be going to the hot springs. It's going to be, and also when we're going, you guys, it's like the best time of year, weather-wise. It's like gorgeous there, I guess. So anyways, I share about all the things. I talk more about Stellar and John. They are soul familia for me. I love them so much. They are dear friends to me. After connecting with them and meeting them over the last few years. So click on the video below. It's like a 17-minute video. Learn more, or just reach out to me via email at GypsyCowgirlTarot@gmail.com to inquire more. But there is a $250 deposit. So the $250 deposit will hold your space for the retreat. And then it will get you onto a Zoom call with myself, Stellar, and John, where we will go over all of the details of the retreat, pricing, like everything. You can ask questions, whatever it is. And then, if you decide like it's not in alignment for you, then you get your deposit back, right? But we have to, that's the way that they do it. They've been, like I said, doing these retreats all over the world for 10 years. And so they already have like a way that they do things, a protocol, whatever. So I've never done any of this, so I don't know. But anyways, okay. We would love to have you guys. Like I can't even tell you. We're going like basically the week before my 41st birthday. And we're going in a time that's like right before, again, the eclipse portals. So after these eclipses, okay, like you guys, like we're going in such a powerful, like it's just, I can't, I can't. The star card, Aquarius energy. All of a sudden I'm hearing, I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. I specifically wanted to pull just a couple tarot cards right at the end about like the love, the sensuality. This right here is extreme sexual fire, right? Like he's supercharged. There's extreme. I'm going to record another reading connecting to this right now because I need to get this message out about like there's like something coming through about it's like they're dead set on you. You're the only one. You're the only option for this person. We know that we should never be manifesting like that, but in this person's eyes, whoever they are or whoever they're about to be like in your life, like maybe you don't even know them, they see you like, again, you might be a literal like maybe star, have some kind of like celebrity status, or you shine, you're on a platform, or they see you somehow, right? But I think this is for a lot of you guys someone you know, because it feels like there's a deeper attachment there, but it could also just be a past life recognition that I'm picking up on too that feels very deep. So anyways, and then look at that. There's some kind of really powerful truth, new beginning. Also, like you're just getting a lot of messages from spirit, from source, from your angels, that's bringing forth more clarity for you. So it's like, oh my God, okay, like, oh my gosh, thank you, full circle moment. Oh my gosh, I see that now. Oh my gosh, like I just thought about this and and like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Like boom, epiphany, blew my mind. It's kind of like that, okay? But then see, we have the white dove again. Loved ones on the other side are really around you right now too. Because you know what? I know you guys have felt it. Like when you've been going through those lightning storms, that chaos and stuff, like what it does is it makes you miss, you feel lonely, or you feel, right? It like dredges up the shadow and unresolved emotions. So you might even start really missing someone. And then like you start getting sad around the fact that they transitioned and they're no longer here on earth, but they're with us. They are with us. Like if people knew how with us they really truly are, people would act a lot different when it comes to losing people, because they're not gone. They're physically here, but they're not physically here, but they're not gone. You know what I mean? They're very present. So anyways, there you go. Wishes fulfilled. I think this King of Wands is bringing forth the Ace of Swords. So I'm going to take a break real quick, and I'm going to go record about this because because now I'm curious. Now I'm nosy. I'm curious. I want to know. Okay. I love you guys so much. Thank you. I know this is, again, a long one, but my messages recently, like I've been going for a little longer, and that's fine too. So anyways, I love you. Thank you.